Win!
Got my first
I just
win.
got my first win.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I remember those days. Excited to win F&M. Just my Crash of the Rhinos deck.
Crash of the Rhinos.
No sleeves, 80 cards.
What we have here is we're going to have a 4-color control deck once again versus Delver. Here we are in the third game. This 4-color control deck is closer to the Jerry Thompson style build, Jerry Thompson and Michael Jacob, rather than what we saw last game, which was the Patrick Chapin style 4-color control deck.
A few days before the Invitational, I was actually at Jerry's house, and I was watching Michael Jacobs play this deck on Moto, his 4-color deck, and I'm just in there like waiting for him to right-click concede. And I'm like, this does not look good for Michael Jacobs. And he just stares at the board. He's like, thinks for like 5 seconds, like, yeah, I'm gonna win. And just makes a sequence of plays that ultimately just turns the game around, and he does end up winning. And I was like, okay, well, I can't play that deck. I'm just gonna leave that to him.
Michael Jacob is a master.
He is a very, very good player.
I also would say that Michael Jacob does literally the best Magic videos in the business. Yeah. If you like watching Magic videos, watch Michael Jacobs' videos. They're amazing.
Yeah, he's definitely somebody you can learn a lot from. He is a very, very solid player. And of course, you're sitting there in a house with Jerry, who's obviously a very good player too.
Okay. Now, from an archetype perspective, we already saw it's a different build of 4-color control, like we said, just get run over by the previous Delver deck. And just traditionally, aggro control, like the Delver decks, most of the Delver decks, has a huge matchup advantage versus actual straight-up control, partly because the things that control has to do cost more mana than the things that Delver's doing. And Delver doesn't have to hold on forever. It just has to make sure that you die.
Yeah.
And
they've got a few counter spells to do that, and that's all they need.
We see a Delver turn 1 from William Miller here. Glacial Fortress on the other side from Chris Higashi. Glacial Fortress would have been a great card for our last 4-color control player to have seen in play.
He needed it for that Sun Titan. I like this. He's got the Merfolk Looters in his list.
Yeah, he's playing the Charles Gindy list. I think he's 1 card off of Charles... No, also 2 cards off of Charles Gindy. It looks like he cut a Gut Shot for a Disperse and cut a something, I'm not quite sure what, for a 3rd Midnight Haunting.
How do you feel about this Disperse?
I like 1 Disperse. I think 1 Disperse is wise. My blue-white control deck runs 1 Disperse. I used to run 1 Disperse in my Delver deck, but I cut it out.
Did you? I wish I could have heard what you just said, but they're screaming on the mic.
I said is I like Disperse. I've got 1 Disperse in the main deck of my blue-white control deck.
Okay.
And I've got 1 Disperse. I used to have it in the main deck of my blue Delver deck, but I recently cut it in favor of another Vapor Snag. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we got it the second time.
Gitaxian Probe shows Chris Higashi's hand. A bunch of slow stuff. I think I saw a Galvanic Blast, a Doomblade, and a Dissipate, but I'm not sure on that. We have a Ponder. It's a Fishy Ponder. Patrick Sullivan likes Fishy Ponder. I like 3 Moon Ponder. I'm not sure if you have an opinion.
I gotta agree with Fishy Ponder.
Fishy Ponder. Wow.
Actually, I'll just take it to the next level, and I'll make it even more difficult, and we'll just go with Texas Ponder.
Texas Ponder, Zach Hall likes Texas Ponders. A second blue-white from Chris Higashi. Seachrome Coast. Go.
He's shuffling up his hand now. I like it whenever they do that, because then I can actually see what they're actually
Delver
pulling.
flips. Not surprising after a Ponder. In for 3.
Yeah.
And that's a Phantasmal Image. Not a very robust creature here, but it does make a 3/2 flyer if it resolves. Almost certainly going to die from something.
Doesn't look like he's got a Gut Shot for it. He's got an O-Ring. He's got...
End of the turn Midnight Haunting. There it is. No 3rd land from Chris Higashi. This is a huge, huge blow to Chris. Being on the draw, no 3rd land. Oblivion Ring. Dead Phantom.
Does he get it? No, it looks like he's missing a land drop again. Oh, he just passes the turn. This is probably going to be over pretty quickly in favor of Blue-White Delver.
A single stumble in this kind of matchup just pushes things so out of control.
Yeah, it does.
And there's a Looter.
My boy.
I mean, you want to stop that if you're Chris, but that costs a little bit more mana. Snappy,
I've done that before.
Snappy for value, as in a body.
Yeah. He's extending a hand here pretty soon.
He's drawn finally. I think that's a third land in his hand on the far end.
A Rupture Spire, maybe, or
Shimmering Grotto.
Yeah, that one.
The different Rupture Spire.
The other Rupture Spire.
How many cards? These many. There's the. You almost made me say Rupture Spire. The Shimmering Grotto. That's a reprint, right?
I don't believe so. It is.
Lorwyn block.
I actually stopped playing during Lorwyn blocks. That's probably why. I was trying to not fall out of college.
Whip Flare. That is an awesome attempt. It didn't work, but that was a pretty awesome try.
It's got to be so frustrating on Chris' side of the board. Like, those games where you just can't get there.
Now look at this this Snapcaster. It does mean that, there's the O-ring. It requires the O-ring for William to kill him. It did give him the possibility for another draw step.
Yep.
And there is that draw.
There's the land.
That would have been useful.
Yep.
And that's it, a quick mop-up.
Renee Villagrana.
Geist Blade, as Charles Gindy calls this. Smashing 4-color control. Not the Patrick Chapin style from